Hey guys, it's your girl YPK here with a different setting today. Today I'm taking y'all to the kitchen, okay? So if you want to see how this jollof was made, stay tuned. First and foremost, we get all our ingredients up, clean and all of that. We're getting them ready to be blended. So I have some onions, ginger, scotch bonnet peppers, rosemary, tomato paste. I'm not blending the tomato paste with that though. Just watch and see how that's done. So we're just cutting these up and blending them. Cut, blend. Here we go. And we're gonna chop one whole onion up to start the jollof up. So yeah, here I am just cutting up the onions. And listen, I don't know what I was doing trying to be cute here, because I know I needed more oil than what I initially used. So I added some oil later on, but I would say you need about 2 cups of oil. You can always scoop the excess oil out before you start the jollof. So here I am putting the chopped up onions in the oil and just trying to get them to brown up, and add some, that this process adds flavor to the jollof. It just gives it that oomph that everybody needs. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna add the tomato paste next. Everybody has a different way of making their jollof. This is my recipe. So you want the tomato paste to cook for about 5 to 10 minutes, or whenever you see that it's separated. And by separated, you're gonna see what I mean by that. So yeah, it's a waiting process, but it's worth the wait. Okay, so we're gonna see what I mean by separated. Like it looks separated compared to how it was before. So at this point, I'm gonna add my blended up ingredients, which is the onions, pepper, ginger, scotch bonnet peppers. I already said peppers, and the rosemary, all blended up together. I'm gonna add that and make that cook too. So I let this cook typically about 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah, I let it cook typically from 15 to 20 minutes, but the way you're gonna see that it's cooked is when it's all separated, just like before with the tomato paste, where the it's thoroughly cooked when it's separated, like it's in, I don't know how to explain it, but you're gonna see just like how the tomato paste cooked. Yeah, so it's just a waiting game. So you let that sit for 15-20 minutes with your stove on medium to high heat, but not too high, just in betweens. Like medium is fine, just to be on the safe side. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep my shrimps. So I use the same ingredients that I used, the blended stuff. Yeah, so I just put that in there and then season that up. I think I let that marinate for a little while before I air fried it. I'm gonna add some seasoning to taste. So this all depends on what you like. I typically, for the shrimps, I feel like you shouldn't really over season shrimps like that. So I use some salt and I use some badia. I think that's what it's called, complete seasoning. That's one of my favorite seasonings now. I use that, and I use a little bit of curry powder too. This is all to your taste, so however much seasoning that you want in there, you add that to it. And I'm just gonna stir it up and make sure it goes into it very well. That's the key to having tasty shrimps. Okay. And yeah, I'm adding the curry powder now. So all of this is just season the shrimps and let it marinate and just yup. Key. Let things marinate. Okay? So I'm gonna do that and then sit it somewhere, and we're gonna go back and check on our stew. And as you can see, it's well cooked and it's separated. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my tomato sauce. Usually it's not really needed, but I add it to it just to get more sauce. So yeah, that's why I do that. So stir that up and just let that cook again for about 15 to 20 minutes. Again, you can check on it to see if it's cooked here and there. So it could be cooked faster than that. It all just keep checking on it. And as you can see, it's cooked. So I did, as you guys, I did add more oil, like I said earlier, because it wasn't if it's not enough oil in there, it doesn't really cook like you expect it to. Well, I don't know, but you can always, like I said, take out the excess oil. It doesn't have to be in there to cook the jollof, just for cooking the stew purposes. That's why I added more oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and season the stew now. I'm gonna add some Maggi, some curry, and I believe that was all that I added to it. So 2 Maggi cubes and some curry. This is all to your taste, guys. So however much curry you like in your stew or in your sauce or whatever, you add that, and you taste it to see if it's enough. Right about now, the stew is done, as you guys can see, and I did take out the excess oil, and now we're going in with our rice. So I didn't really measure how much rice I used, sorry guys, but it all depends on how much stew you have. You don't want there to be more rice than stew. So you keep adding just to see, and just like how I was doing, I added the rice little by little just to see if it's enough, because you don't want the stew to be too little, then you just have pretty much just rice. So yeah, so add, stir, add, stir, add, stir, until I felt like the rice was a good ratio with the stew. And I added some water, sorry I didn't add that on here, and added some salt to taste as well. So we're gonna let that cook. Cover it with some foil and let that cook on medium heat for about 15 to 30 minutes roughly, but you can go in and check and see how the rice is doing. Okay. You have to make sure you're trapping all the heat in there. That's the key to cooking your food and making it, giving the rice the 1-1 effect, as Ghanaians would say. You don't want the rice to be all clumped up. And guys, the less water you add, the better. You can always add more water later on if it's needed. You don't want to pile so much water in the rice and it's pretty much rice water. So yeah, right now the rice is done, and I air fried my shrimps like I said earlier, and we're added that to the jollof. Okay, we're looking spiffy. Right, it's done. It's done. As you wanna see, jollof na bem. It's done. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure the shrimp is everywhere. I'm gonna put it room. Okay, and this is legit my signature. Some scallions, spring onions, whatever you want to call it. Top it up with that. It gives it some nice aroma, flavor, taste, all of that. You can add whatever vegetables you want, but who likes vegetables in their jollof? Not me. So pretty much this is done, and I'm gonna go ahead and get some ready. Okay, I didn't do all this work for nothing. I'm gonna go ahead, give me a plate, a bowl. I like eating in bowls. And scoop up some jollof. Okay, look how sexy that shit looks, bro. Get on my level, okay? Jollof connoisseur, or whatever they say. Yeah, that's me, YPK. Not only do I beat the face, I beat the pan in the kitchen. Okay, y'all like that? You like that? So guys, this is my jollof recipe, and yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and yeah, see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye! YPK out!